Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yesterday, I wish you all could have seen. If you haven't, you should have seen our Jewish neighbors from across the country. They made me so proud and inspired. You could hear the voices throughout Cannon come through Longworth, through Rayburn. As they shouted ceasefires, they shouted not in my name. As they shouted never again to no one. And mashallah, the Muslimin in the crowd today. If this is not a showing that most America is not with you, Mr. President.
That's right.
Most of America is not with the people that don't want to de-escalate and facilitate a ceasefire. I don't know who you're listening to. I don't know who you're talking to, but you're obviously not talking to these Americans.
That's right.
So, ya Jama'ah, I'm going to speak the language that they only understand. Because as we go for over a dozen days of pure violence, massacres, it didn't matter how many bodies we showed them, how many children we showed them, how many tears we shed. It wasn't the chemical weapons that was melting children's faces, burning them. It wasn't the cry of a mother or a father who took so long to have his baby boy crying, kneeling down to kiss him for the last time. It wasn't that. Do you know why now all of a sudden there seems to be this small little bit of humanization? Badri alaikum. When did you decide? Now? Now? After a man mutilated 26 times a 6-year-old body. We kept telling you. Be careful. Stop equating this type of violence with the whole faith and the whole people. You didn't listen. Do you know when they started listening? Is when I told them, I just want you to know, Michigan is an important state where I come from. I'm going to speak their language. Come on, I want you to be honest with me because it doesn't matter how many bodies. It don't matter how many are dying from a war crime. War crimes are being committed. The answer to war crimes is not more crimes, ya Jama'ah. It's not how it works. You want to end the cycle of poverty? Be honest. Be truth tellers. Tell the truth. I'm going to speak the language. Mr. President, Michigan is an important state for you. So is Pennsylvania and so is Georgia. And guess what, Mr. President? We will not forget. When we were mourning and crying and begging our country to stop the violence, it was silence. It was memos shredded. Don't say de-escalate. Don't say stop the violence. Don't say, hey, apartheid Israel. You gotta stop. This is a war crime. You're not following international human rights. No one spoke up. The genocide that is happening right now, as people are staying silent, is the true essence of how we're all feeling. This is exactly what they're telling us who they are. And so when I have residents calling me, telling me, Rashida, the previous president wanted to ban us and probably put us in concentration camps. This one wants us just to die. That's how it feels. Shame on them. Shame on them. How many? I want you guys all to shout where you're from. What states are you from? Shout it. Shout what state you are. We are from all over the country, just like yesterday. Amazing, incredible Jewish neighbors coming together from all around. This is how we got to talk to them. And it sickens my heart that this is how I have to talk to them. Allah, this is amazing. I am actually like, who do I send this to with the administration? Who are they listening to? When I read 80% of Democrats support a ceasefire.
Yes.
57% of independents support a ceasefire. We have to talk their talk, ya Jama'ah. You want to save lives with me? Go ahead. This is the way you talk to them. Guess how many Republicans? 56% of Republicans want a ceasefire. So if I have to show them in numbers, we're not going to sit back. Every child that died in Gaza, I'm going to multiply it by hundreds to show up. And if we show up, I don't care. We'll vote for drain commissioner. We'll vote for a city council person. We'll vote for a state representative that sees us and stands with us. We'll vote for Cori Bush. We'll vote for people like that stood with us. But guess what? We're going to remember. And maybe we don't want to vote for either the people that want to ban us or the people that want to let us sit silent while a genocide happens. That's the way we have to speak. Allah hamhim. Allah hamhim kulhim. But they forget, I'm an American, but dammi Palestini. Allah me. I want my sister to live in a free Palestine before she dies. I want her to walk and pick her olives in a free Palestine. I want her to eat the warm tea, the figs as she opens it on her land and puts it in her mouth in a free Palestine. And ya Jama'ah, the way we do it, we're not going to stay home. Oh, no. We're going to show them we're here. We vote. But guess what? If we skip the top of the ticket, if we feel like the people that want to represent us is going to sit by and allow a genocide to happen, you're not giving us a choice. You're not giving us a choice. So I'm going to always stand on truth. I'm going to always stand in saving lives. How many of you want to save lives?
Yes.
When they sit there yesterday and vilifying my Jewish neighbors that came here to demand, and these are American Jewish communities throughout the country that demand, vilifying them, calling them all kinds of names. That's when we speak up and say, what about their voices? And say not in their name and never again. What about us? We showed up and you betrayed us. You've abandoned us. That's how we feel. It shouldn't have took. Would they have to be dead right now and killed? Yani ya Jama'ah 26 times. I'm not going to sit back and I'm not going to fall for the warmonger propaganda. The thing they forget is that all of our communities come from war, from tragedy, from these horrific. When we see that child, we feel it. And it sickens me that nobody else sees the Palestinian people as they die equally as human. We're not disposable. We have a right to live. We have a right to not have everyone turn their backs on them. And I want my family in Palestine. I wish they can see this. I wish the Gaza children can see this. American people, the American people are not all in support of the genocide. We want you to live just like everyone else.
That's right.
Not all of America is with the Oval Office right now or what Congress is doing. The majority of them want a ceasefire. So wake up. Wake up, members of Congress. Wake up, the president. Wake up.
All right, as soon as I finish
It is time now for a ceasefire. I want them to hear you. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
She's getting on the phone. Okay, just
They
give
can't hear you.
I'm saying, just give me a second, man. Just 1 second.